Streaming. Okay, I should be up, be running good. If and when you get in the chat and hear this, tell me how it sounds. I know in the past, had to work out the kinks. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Start in about 2 minutes. What's up, D Law? How you doing? How you doing this fine Friday night? Howdy, guys. If you can hear me and it sounds good, let me know. I just want to make sure that the audio is good. If you are here for any other recent streams, kind of the work around, see how to fix the audio when I can. But if it sounds good, let me know. Test. Okay. Howdy, howdy, Void. How you doing? Mr. Void Strida X2. Loud and clear. Fantastic. Hopefully this time around we got it working. How you guys doing tonight? Fantastic, Rob. Thank you, thank you. A, a tad low, but cranked it up to TV volume. That's interesting because I do have the mic right to my face. So it should be picking up everything I say. Everything I say. But we'll get started in about 1 minute. So I'll let anybody else join in and we'll get this little live stream started. Celebrate 50K for the channel. 50K subs for the channel. So, how you guys doing tonight? How's y'all's fine Friday night? So, like I said in my past post, tonight at this time, actually at this time exactly 7 p.m. CST, which is what 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, and then what 5 o'clock West Coast. Minecraft. Oh yeah, right there. I've been playing some Minecraft. It's a pretty good game. I actually finally beat it this past summer, back in June. Yeah. Few more people get in, and then we'll get going. I'm headed back to San Antonio. San Antonio is awesome. Oof, 2 a.m. in Denmark. My man, it's late your time. It's what 2 a.m. Saturday for you. So, hello, Jesse. Jesse, how's your vacation in New Mexico? Hello, Cloaking. How are you doing? My favorite shark. We are currently in a shark infested chat. Okay. How was the Bragg Isles? Oh, down at Big Ben. Big Ben was great. Favorite Civil War naval battle. Honestly, if you're gonna count it, I would say Second Sabine Pass or Galveston. But if we're just gonna say like ship on ship action out in the ocean, I would say Hampton Roads. That fight alone is really interesting. Good evening. Hello, Chase. Chase Christopher Murray. How you doing? Rob? Cloaking? The Delia? Decline? Declined? Okay. Well, we are past the time, so let's get started and answer some of these questions. Maybe some more people will hop in. We got 13 right now, so we'll get it going. And of course, guys, if you have any Q&As yourself that you want to ask that you haven't asked yet, feel free to ask in the chats. So here, I said ask me your questions, so I'm going to answer the questions here. Okay, so hello, Sayer Screed. Arkansas now headed back, literally on the road right now. Hell yeah, dude. All right, let's see some questions. So I'm just going to go down the list. So underrated, no, question. All right, so some random non. Okay, what got you started in this field? So what started this channel? So the reason why I started Warhawk back in 2020 during COVID is because first off, I was playing a lot of video games, and I right here, if you don't know what I'm looking at, and I wanted to do something more productive in my time, especially during the COVID shutdowns. You couldn't do anything, or you couldn't really do much. I was like, I want to do something more productive, and also I saw at that point in time nobody else was doing the American Civil War. Nobody else was doing American history. You had epic history, you had kings and generals, and they really just didn't do anything but your North America related. If few here and there. I think Kings and Generals did like a Shiloh video, but it was a very video per se. But nobody really is covering the North American battles, North American wars in depth. So it's like, I want to do that. I want to fill that niche. So I did. I started working on the channel, put the first video out in April of 2020, and then just started going from there. Maybe getting a video once out every 2 videos or 1 video out every month. Okay. So next question he had 3 total. He's like, any plans for covering the late war anytime soon? So I'm guessing late war, Civil War. Of course. If you haven't noticed already, by this point, I'm working through the Civil War in chronological order. And I will get to the late war when I get to the late war in my time frame. So yes, exactly, I will. Yes, History Rebels did the American Revolution really well. Congrats to HR. He did a fantastic job. And then finally, this third question he has is something you found out about a battle that changed your perspective. Now, I would say the one thing that really changed my perspective was reading The Decision in the West. It was the Atlanta campaign. I forgot the author, but the way he described battles really changed my perspective of the war. Of essentially the commanders would line their men up and essentially just send them forward. And that just kind of just changed my whole perspective about battles. Okay, I got some questions to chat. So, drive safe. I have a question, Mr. Rob. Can we watch the first bull run vid for 100K? Yes, we can. We'll do that. You'll just have to remind me. But when I hit 100K, so less than 50K from now, we will watch it. I will live stream that video. Jesse, biggest CS victory of the 1863's Chickamauga will come someday. It will come after Gettysburg. Chancellorsville pales in comparison. And then Declan Connor, why did you do Wilson's Creek first? The funny story about that, Connor, is I did not do Wilson's Creek first. I did First Manassas first. And I used my buddy from War of Rights. His gamer name is named Red, and I got him to narrate it. I know my narration is not the best whatsoever. I'm not the epic history guy, but honestly, he said a few things like, maybe I don't want to use them again. So he said Warrington and some other stuff. I've not watched that video in years, but I have it. It's still on my channel. It's just unlisted. You probably could find it linked somewhere. I'm pretty sure there's a a treasure trove. Yes, the tall tale of Red's narration. Yes. So yes, technically I did do First Manassas, but it's long been hidden. Okay. Colonel Red. Yes, Colonel Red from Ninth Corps. Rear regard. That's another one. Yes. All right. So this one by Battle and Bear 8939. I got a question. After the main Civil War series ends with the Battle of Palmetto Ranch, will you start doing some other small engagements in a sort of Civil War raids and skirmishes sort of series? Oh, definitely. I especially now that I've kind of streamlined how I cover the battles, I've kind of skipped a lot. So I definitely will cover some of them. Go back and cover some 1861 battles like McClellan's Western Virginia campaign and the early Missouri Civil War out there. I love DRK, Louvre Creek, or 123. Do you still like history? Why would I not like history? I love history. History's so fascinating. It's awesome. Beauregard. Yep, that's the one. Congrats. Question. Just subscribe. Good channel. Old More West history. Franco-Prussian War. I don't know about that. I'm pretty bad at pronouncing foreigners. How does he only have 50K? By far and away the best history channel on history on YouTube. I don't know. I hope people find the channel and watch it and subscribe and just enjoy it. I hope more people find it. Probably at some point, Mr. Sayer. We cover Wilson's raid into Ohio. Wilson. What Wilson are we talking about again? Hey, Chris the Dixiecrat, how you doing, dude? What's up, dude? Okay. He might be mean Morgan, probably so. But here's a good one. New York Central RR said Mexican American War win. Now, for you people who like the Mexican American War, I have really great news. I don't know if you've seen it in some of my channel's posts, but I will be covering the Mexican American War after I finish 1863. So that means when I finish up with Mine Run at the end, like November, December of 1863, I will pivot and cover the Mexican American War. So soon as in when Gettysburg and Chickamauga and Chattanooga and all the other small battles I want to do. I'm definitely doing Second Sabine Pass, and then Fort Wagner, and of course Mine Run, all that stuff up there. Bristow Station, definitely. Here's my boy, Mr. Cloaking. Hi, what's up, Mr. Cloaking? How you doing? This Farper's Harry. It is indeed. What's your least favorite era of history? Honestly, my least favorite era of history is, I would say, more recent. I don't know, especially in terms of military or politics, it's just kind of boring. Like, it's a good thing that not many people die nowadays in war, but it just doesn't make war any more interesting like it was in the past. Let's see. Is this Farper's Harry? Yes, it is. What is your favorite brigade? The Texas Brigade. You know it, the Texas Brigade. By far, my favorite, the Texas Brigade, because I'm from Texas. I don't know if you noticed by now. They have a special place in my heart, so I love them. Also, do you have a job other than YouTube? Yes, I do have a job. I work a full-time job. That's kind of the reason why I'm not showing my face or anything else, is I kind of need to keep my persona private. But yes, I work a full-time job. This channel is purely just extra hobby. I mean, I make some good money out of it, but yes, Bill. And it is pronounced Gettysburg. You know, popular history has turned Gettysburg into Gettysburg, and I'll be saying it Gettysburg in the script, like Gettysburg, the city of Gettysburg. It's actually pronounced Gettysburg. So, will you consider doing a detailed video on the weapons that were used? Honestly, maybe not. I'm honestly not really a big fan of like the intricate details of weapons. I like the overall grand scheme movements of battles. So that's kind of what I cover. Um, when is a Warhawk karaoke night? I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's see this one. Last few questions on here. So Remington 86. How likely is this channel to keep uploading regularly for a long time? You make videos that have a lot of work behind them, and their views rarely exceed 70K. It is not exactly a viable business model, business model. You spelled business wrong, but as long as I'm interested in working on the channel, making the videos, and producing things for y'all, and just for my own enjoyment, I'm gonna keep doing it. Yes, it's not my full-time job. Yes, it's not a viable business model. But honestly, like right now, I'm just doing it for the love of the game. So yes, as long as I am interested, I'll keep doing it. So, Mr. Gladius Deuce. Hey, mates, wanted to say a big thank you for the work you do. I knew very little about the American Civil War and found it confusing like the Civil War in our own country. Greetings from Russia. Well, you're welcome, Mr. Gladius Deuce. I'm glad, like a lot of people say, like this coverage of the American Civil War is very detailed and very deep, which I hope that's my main goal with it. I hope and make it detailed so people can actually understand the nuances of what goes on and reason why battles in the larger campaigns take place and the reason why they end up the way they do. How much? So Mr. Oliver Owens 8018M says, how much research do you do for one video? For the most part, I read one or two books. I know pretty good detail about the battles overall, so it's more like confirming what I know. And just going from there. Like, for example, I'm currently starting the script on Gettysburg, part 1. It's starting the intro to the campaign, the context. And I'm reading mainly Stephen W. Sears' Gettysburg book. So mainly one or two books, and then I just go with that. How'd you find upstate New York? Oh, I love upstate New York. That in Vermont, the land that you claim your own, such beautiful country. I kind of wish I lived up there, but honestly, like it's not my home. It's not Texas. So it's still great when I got to visit it. So nonetheless, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Like Ticonderoga in Schuylerville and then getting out into Vermont. It was very beautiful country. I love driving throughout there. But yes, Oliver Owens, 1 to 2 books, depending on how much I know of the video I'm covering. Given I kind of talk about the major aspects of the battle, I don't try to go too far in depth, like, talking about specific regiments as much as I used to, or like individual actions, unless they're noteworthy. Like a lot of times, it's a lot of the same detail. So I try to stick to the overall movement so y'all understand what exactly is happening at the battle. Mr. Gen Z Historian TV, what's up, boy? How you doing? The upstate is gorgeous. People aren't so friendly though. Are you like equating upstate New Yorkers to that of like New York City, the city dwellers? Yeah, let's just call them the city dwellers. Honestly, I found the people in upstate New York a lot more friendly than those in the city. in Istanbul, in the city, if you're gonna say in Turkish. But upstate is gorgeous. It is. It really is gorgeous. I went up to Albany, Saratoga, Schuylerville, and then Ticonderoga. It's very beautiful country. But yeah, move this over so y'all can see this. So guys, that's all the questions I got for this live stream, but I'll keep it up for another 40 or minutes or so. Might hop on hold fast if might hop on some hold fast, play some games. If you want to hop on too, you're welcome to. Ooh, Zito. Ooh. You know, I love the Texas Brigade. It's really my favorite unit, but honestly, my favorite regiment outside Hood's Brigade is definitely, if you haven't noticed in any of my coverage of the Western Theater, is the 2nd Texas. Dos Tejas, yeah. 2nd Texas. That regiment is my hometown regiment. They were raised in my area of Texas, Southeast Texas, and honestly, like they're just a fantastic unit. They rarely fail in anything they do. Yeah. So 2nd Texas by far is my favorite Texas regiment outside Hood's Texas Brigade. So the Gen Z Historian TV said, "Nah, I'm from VA. I'm used to smiles and waving. They just do all that, which is a cultural shock to me." Texas Brigade, do you think the outcome of the West might have been any different if Johnston wasn't killed at Shiloh? Oh, big time. Johnston was the man. He was like the Lee of the West. And too bad he got killed. Like, I feel like maybe they could have fought a little better if he was overall command. The problem is that he decided to take the role of a brigade commander and lead a charge against the Hornets nest of Shiloh, which is like the dumbest decision ever. Yeah, could have guessed. Mr. Chris the Dixiecrat. One good question that comes to mind is, would you rather, when you're done with the Civil War cover battles, riots, or skirmishes that happened during Reconstruction, or cut deep in Reconstruction in general? Honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to go deep in Reconstruction. I might just go to other wars prior to the American Civil War. Because I thought about doing like the Black Hawk War, the Seminole Wars, the Mormon, Utah War, 1812, the Indian Wars. Like, there's so much things I can cover that many people haven't covered themselves in that is prior to the Civil War. So I'm definitely going to like pivot and go earlier in time. Rob, favorite and least favorite ACW authors. So any era, I would say by a long shot, Longacre and Sears are my two favorites. Mr. Shoot, the guy I used for Fredericksburg, I can't think of his name. Frank O'Reilly. He's not a bad historian, not a bad author. I feel like he just went too in depth, like list off every single battery and stuff like that. It's just, there's a good medium between going too in depth and talking the big picture. And some of these historians, especially Civil War historians, go a little too far in depth, list off every single regiment, every single battery. It's like, cool, bro. Don't need to go that in depth. Let's see. Okay, Edward Horn, UT1QH. Thoughts on the River Defense Fleet, Memphis and New Orleans squadrons? Honestly, don't know much about them. I just know they kind of sucked. That's all I know. They kind of got swept by the Union ironclads. So there's that. Let's see. Gen Z historian. Oh, do I have a question? How much of the Trans-Mississippi for 63 do you plan on covering? I would love to see more of Blunt. I think I have a video plan for Arkansas. Planned video for Missouri, Arkansas, that area, like the capture of Little Rock, and then I'm definitely going to cover a video like the Bayou Teche campaign, and then definitely my backwoods second Sabine Pass. I'm going to cover that too. So expect those, but those are later on in 63. That's like late summer and fall of the year. So before I get to any of those, Gettysburg is going to be covered next. Declan Connor, Y1. Will you be at the battle for Jefferson next year? Yes, I will. I reenact with the 12th Louisiana out here in the Transmiss. So especially in this area, wherever they go, I go to. Johnson going down was the best thing to happen for the Western rebels. Of course, you would say that, Mr. Unrepentant McClellanite, because your boy Bragg takes command after Beauregard's bad showing at Corinth. Good evening, Mr. Nathan. Especially as Beauregard was in the hot sheet. I read that horribly. Especially as once Beauregard was out, someone who knew what he was doing was in the hot seat. Oh yeah, Mr. Bragg at yourself. Do you recommend going to see Gettysburg, Antietam, or any other sites? I've always wanted to go to one, but I feel like it'd be of a letdown. No, I would say go at least once. Gettysburg and Antietam are very cool sites. I definitely recommend at least once in your time. Go see them. Any thoughts on the campaign or Cuban campaign during the Spanish War? I just know they kind of swept through. They took Havana, and that was it. Zito, Saris is a Bone Kemper guy. Oh, Zito. Big Bone Kemper fan. I honestly don't know what Bone Kemper is. Is that the General Kemper? I don't think so. Are you going to cover more home front stuff in the style of something like Historia Civilis? No, not really. I just don't find that stuff interesting. You know who did cover well is the Bayou the Tapestry history, something tapestry of the Civil War. Let me find it. This guy. Where's it? I know he's a real good channel. Let me find him. Threads from the National Tapestry. This guy here, if you're interested in any channels that cover like other stuff than what I do, this guy is a good channel. Threads from the National Tapestry. I recommend this dude. By a long shot. But yeah, this dude here, he's fantastic. Okay. Mr. Oliver Owens, just wanted to say thank you for making these videos. I have a learning disability, but your videos are very well made and make it a lot easier to understand. Well, you're welcome, Mr. Owen. That's been my hope with this channel, is to make these battles understandable. Riley Kula. Do you think General Bragg hate is justified or not? In a way, yes. In a way, no. He was very hard to get along with. So, and then he just pissed so many people off. And he just loved to argue by a long shot. It seemed like it didn't matter if it was a lowly brigadier, division commander, or even a corps commander, or even with the president. He loved to argue. So, I would say 50-50 justified. Not. What is your favorite Civil War movie? My favorite Civil War movie, let's see. Gettysburg is all right. Gods and Generals is pretty good. It's all right too. That movie is really long. Free State of Jones, I kind of like that movie, at least the beginning part, because that showed Second Corinth. I'm trying to think. Honestly, it has to be between Gettysburg and Gods and Generals. It would be my two favorite Civil War movies. Okay, Mr. Chris Amundsen. I think I said that right. What is your opinion on Al Hill, AP Hill, promoted the Corps Commander over DH Hill and Lafayette McLaws upon the death of Jackson? Honestly, it made sense. it made sense. Because think about it this way, when Jackson was first wounded at Chancellorsville, it was Hill who was the second in command who took over command and then was wounded, forcing Stewart to take command after him. Like, he was the logical person to take over for Jackson after his death. Okay? Texas Brigade, worst blunder of the Civil War made by any general. Worst blunder, I would say, was honestly Mr. Pillow at Fort Donelson. They break through Grant's siege lines. They break it out. Union was not prepared whatsoever. And he's like, all right, let's go back inside. Let's give up. And they surrender after that. That's the worst blunder by a long shot. And that just set in motion almost everything else that happened later on in the Western Theater. So definitely Pillow's retreat at Fort Donelson in early 1862. Mr. Luke, 1861, congrats on the 50K. Well, thank you, Mr. Man, for subscribing and enjoying the videos. Tito, the new visitor center at Gettysburg is awesome. I went to it. It's really cool. I went to it this past trip. Dan, I'm not going to say your last name. I'm going to butcher it. Do you think the Union would have won if McClellan took Richmond in 1862? Probably. Probably because, Lee taking over and repulsing him at the gates of Richmond really changed things around for at least the Eastern Theater for another 2-3 years. Because it took 3 years, essentially, from 62 to 65 for the Union to retake it. Any chance, Mr. Michael Wackenmeyer, 6643, any chance you'll cover any of the conflicts that went on in California during the Civil War? Probably not, because honestly, I don't know of anything that went on in the Civil War in California besides like the Russian fleet coming to the ports. Let's see. What do you plan to do after covering the whole Civil War? Honestly, go back in time and do like any war from 1861 to the colonial times. Any of those. Let's see. Thank you, $2. Thank you, Not the Kremlin, for $2. A.S. Johnson hate won't be tolerated. Amen, Weston. I fully agree. ASJ is my hero, and left this too soon. I cry. MH. Oh, nice. Okay, the Gen Z historian. The Transmiss battles seem suited to your OG video style out of listing individual regiments, because smaller size of these battles. Really hope you cover Honey Springs and the Camden Expedition. Probably will when I get to the Red River Campaign, the most goated campaign in Civil War history. Michael Lackenmeyer. Also looking forward to coverage of Honey Springs. Same here. I heard a lot about it. Seems interesting. Silent Tony. Silent 911. Brother, congrats on 50K. Well, thank you, Mr. Silent. Just watch videos from the military's perspective for a long one. I just kind of want to get a refresher on something. Definitely. Fayetteville, 1863, probably. Anti-Bragg propaganda is not to be believed and is merely bad faith. You tell him, Jesse. You think Jesse of sane mind? It depends. Does Jesse provide me with pictures? If he does, he's pretty sane. If he doesn't, he's insane. So I'll have to leave it to that. Now, Thomas, I don't know, Thomas6651, what is your approach to map animations in battles or encounters that we don't have reliable or full accounts on? Honestly, historical wing it. Like, I guesstimate where the troops go. Like, I have a good idea where that point A and where that point B. I just don't have in between. So I just kind of wing it. Like, okay, they might use a road going from point A to point B. So I do that. The Gen Z historian, since we are just talking about upstate New York, you may enjoy a Civil War movie set up there called Copperhead. It's surprisingly very good for a movie or low budget film. Check it out. I know some YouTube channels will make battle maps with which imply a high level detail that isn't actually in the sources. I mean, it's up to them. It's more of like just making the maps look pretty, I would say. The unrepentant McClellanite, is that how your people got here? Probably did. Change Rebellion, definitely. I want to cover that at some point. Bishop Polk, hero or fool? Honestly, he's kind of a fool. It censored my question. Dang. Dito out here getting censored. A video on the Anglo-Powhatan would be really cool. Definitely, like, I find colonial stuff really interesting. Because it's more of like the era of like mystery of like, you know, what can happen. Evening, Mr. Gaslight Studio rebooted 3432. Dixiecrat. I have ancestors that not only served in both sides in the war of Southern independence, but also served in both sides of the Creek War earlier. You know, one thing I want to say about the American Civil War, sorry, I'm hiccuping, is when you look at it, it's actually a misnomer name. Because think about it this way, the American Civil War is saying that it's basically hinting at the Southerners wanted to take Washington and control the country. No, they wanted to break out. So calling it a Civil War is really a misnomer. It should be like War of Rebellion or War of Southern Independence, something like that. It's really a misnomer names. But it's just been kind of labeled at this point as a Civil War. So what would you say was the Texas Brigade's highlight moment? I would say their highlight moment was either Gaines Mill, Antietam, or Chickamauga. Yeah, I would say one of those. Because Gettysburg, they kind of split in two and they lose all their power. They didn't fight at Fredericksburg or Chancellorsville. Well, they kind of fought at Fredericksburg, just not that much. Yeah, it's War of the Rebellion. It's not a civil war. Like, that's the thing. Okay, let me move on, get some other people. I think Lincoln was impatient with McClellan because McClellan he really did take too long. So, Silent One, he said, also recent, I've done that I've loved. I'm going through the memoirs of different generals. Then I watch your videos, add so much color, and you're spot on. Well, thank you, Mr. Silent. Let's scroll up so I don't lose it. What is your, yeah, I did that. Wilderness is pretty good too. Oh yeah, Wilderness, I forgot about that. That's a excellent moment in their history. Jenkins Ferry, which caps off the Battle of Camden Expedition, is very intimate battle. A good read on it would be The Harvest of Death. Oh yeah, I loved Harvest. No, I don't think I read Harvest of Death. I read that. Go back. Read about in the Walker's Greyhound book. That like one of my first early Civil War books. Has your perspective on various stuff of the Civil War, just the Civil War in general, changed since? Oh, big time. It's changed a lot. You know, understand how the battles actually went about. It really changed my perspective of battles and of the war. What was the most comical death? Let's see. Honestly, I don't know who. Hulk getting cut in two. That's pretty comical. That's a comical death. Honestly, it still has to be Sedgwick, as in they can't hit an elephant at this distance and get shot dead. That's like number one of comical deaths. It's like ironic. So yeah. This Edward Horn. Would you have heard of the Indianola, aka affair, aka the loss of the USS Indianola? Spelled that wrong. I'm bad at spelling. What happened to you? Is this the one that blew up? Indianola. Yeah, I think that it blew up right outside of Vicksburg. Oh, it's also the war of the Northern Aggression because who's being the aggressor? The North, yeah. Your opinion on Lieutenant General William Hottie? Hottie's all reliable. He's not the best. He's not the worst. He's just all reliable. I do like Hardy. I mean, Stecco. I mean, it was Americans fighting between each other, so it's pretty much a civil war. Yes, in a way, you're right about that, but at the same time, a civil war means they're fighting for control of the government. The Southerners were fighting for independence. They were trying to break away. They didn't want to be part of the U.S., whereas the North was trying to keep them in the U.S. So, yeah, I would still say it's a misnomer. Let's see. Your opinion, I actually did that. Yeah. What is your favorite Tex Brigade commander or commander? Honestly, one of my favorite is Jerome B. Robertson. He's really cool. Of course, Hood. I mean, Hood. They took Hood's name, so it's Hood's Texas Brigade. So, but Jerome B. Robertson, he led the Texas Brigade, I think, for the longest time out of all the commanders. So it's between Robertson and Hood. What Granny Robertson, as they call him. So, love, Mary, kill, or love, Mary, unalive. Jackson, Sherman, Nathan Evans. Uh, dude, love Nate. Yeah, let's do that. Love Evans, Mary Jackson, and then unalive Sherman. Why not? Do you have artifacts? I have a few bullets from Gettysburg. Not found, just bought. Shank Evans has a face that scarred people for centuries. Yeah, I always called Shank Evans the devil. I always called him the devil. So, because if you look at his eyes, let me search it. So, like Shank Evans, Civil War. Go to images. Like, look at those eyes. He's looking in your soul. Like, I don't know why the dude's like, yes, I'm gonna take my picture just like this. So, yeah. Let's see. Next up, hi Zach, how you doing? Zach Mills. Um, Mike Corcoran. All right, Anon fan here, anonymous fan. Hello. I'm impressed and surprised you use your actual voice, and it's actually not AI. I keep telling you, it's not AI. I suck at pronunciation sometimes. Like I'm fully transparent on that. Thank you, nonetheless, Mr. Anon. You could say that. The South dispersing the federal arsenals. I mean, at the same time, you know, we always had states' rights, stuff like that, of the states controlling it. So there's that. He, load this up so a little bit more. Like in front. Put this in the middle of the screen. So right here. How about that? Let's see. Nathan Forrest killed a guy with a penknife. He killed a lot of dudes. I think he had like 33, 31 confirmed kills. The dude was a monster during the Civil War. Aunt Polly, yeah. Aunt Polly Robertson. There you go. Do you think Longstreet overrated or underappreciated? I think he was underappreciated, especially ever since the Lost Cause has slandered his name because he became a Republican after the war. I think they slandered him and they really underappreciated all the things he did during the war. I always wondered how the Texans view the Arkansas boys in the brigade. Oh, Texas Brigade. Um, there's a funny thing about that. They called the third Arkansas the third Texans. They just called them Texans. Because like the whole reason why the Arkansas unit was or third Arkansas was put with the Texas Brigade is because when Lee was doing his reorganizations after Antietam, he was grouping them by state. And because there wasn't really any other there wasn't any other trans Mississippi units besides the three Texas, the first, fourth, and fifth, and then the third Arkansas. So he's like, boom, there you go, Texas Brigade. So all the Texans call the third Arkansas the third Texas. They just like, yeah, you're Texans now, buddy. Let's see. You're welcome, Zito. Love you, buddy. Kings and Generals series on the Civil War. What do you think of them? Honestly, I think it like the Great Value from Walmart. I think it's that they're like great value. It's not good. It's not bad. It's really just meh. Like they mass produce videos, so it is what it is. They were gonna do it at some point. I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Do Nathan Evans. If I can pull up his picture, I'm gonna just leave this up here so y'all can look at him. So no, he can look at y'all. So he can look at y'all. There you go. There's our boy. Okay. What? My screensaver. My screensaver. Actually, what's your screensaver? My screensaver is the Georgians charging and counterattacking the Federals at the railroad cut at Fredericksburg. It's a real good. It's a real amazing picture. I like it. Let's see. So did Mosby, though he worked for Grant even, Longstreet needs more appreciation. He really does. They really slandered Longstreet after the war. Do you believe that the outcome of Baton Rouge could have been changed if the CSS Arkansas managed to engage? Probably. That single ironclad for the Confederacy scared the living hell out of the North. Just because it's mere presence, they scared them. So big time, yes. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of agree there. Kings and Generals once led with Joseph E. Johnston as Jefferson Davis in one of their videos. Yeah, like I said, it is, great value. It's really just there. I don't think they did that. I'm an avid watcher of them. Oh, they've had plenty of mistakes. Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, but they really struggle with naming, the generals correctly of who they are, because they get people who animate the Civil War series that don't know anything about the Civil War. So yeah. Favorite ACW game, Mr. Rob. Battle Cry Freedom. It's a dead game now, but Battle Cry Freedom. Grand Tactician is definitely up there. Ultimate General is still a good game too. War of Rights, pretty good too. But Battle Cry Freedom, I would say, is hands down, like, really, when I was in the regiments for War of Rights, that killed my drive when Beekoff died. I cried. I cried. I shed a tear when Beekoff died. So, yeah. I'm just keeping Mr. Evans up there. The devil himself. Let's see. Could Zollicoffer have done anything useful? He kind of did something useful by dying, so I think he did his role. Taco Cruiser, is it just me or Stonewall Jackson not good during the 7 days? He wasn't good during the 7 days. He came back from his Shenandoah Valley campaign and was absolutely tired. Lee told him to do things, and he just kind of just did nothing. Maybe the CSS Shenandoah, maybe. I'll have to think about that. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of naval stuff. Never really liked it. So yeah. All right. Honestly, see, I don't remember that because I had to deal with many people, but I do miss Beekoff. Beekoff was so great. Yeah, and also we were doing the line battles where you kind of had the fire in line. So how about this, guys? I've answered y'all's questions for a good long while now. Let's see how long. 49 minutes. Here, I'll play some Hold Fast. And y'all could play, y'all can join once. But I'll do that. So let's some Hold Fast. Get rid of no. We'll leave Mr. Shanks Heaven. I'll change it as well. There we go. Awesome. I can still see your Okay, there you go. What's your opinion? Let's see. Oh, we were skirms too, totally uncalled for. Womp womp Zito. Cope and Seed. Your Theophilus Holmes. What is your favorite opinion? What is your opinion on John Bell Hood? John Bell Hood, I feel like, got promoted above his capabilities. I feel like he was fantastic as a brigade and division commander. He was okay as a corps commander, and ideally he had plans as an army commander. It's just he's fighting against a guy who didn't want to attack. Sherman. Oh, there's that. 10 people waiting in queue. Army front. I mean, Lincoln, I feel like, did the best he did. Like, he ended up winning the war. Think about it this way. In the first 2 years, so 61, 62, he had to deal with political generals. All the Democrats who wanted to fight as well. But, see, Mr. Rob. At the same time, when his party, the Republicans, won the primaries in 62, he could just get rid of all the politician generals. Everybody keeps joining. I can't click in time and keep talking. There's that. Or sell. No, I don't want to do sell. Oh man, I'm yawning. Here you go. Really? And click join when it was still 9 out of 10. You're going to say, it's full. There we go. Now and in. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Why did Lincoln never visit the Western Front? Because nobody cared about the Western Front. Like, I do talk about that in the first video of the Gettysburg campaign that I'll be doing. I talk about why nobody cares about the Western Front. Oh, nobody cared. Really. Hume was win all the battles and nobody cared. Yeah, it's whatever. What? And also, it's too far away, and he's a president. People out there trying to kill him. Let's see. Next one. Rhino. What fight was it that troops threw rocks at a railroad? By a railroad. That was Second Manassas. That was Jackson's men defending the railroad cut. And they ran out of ammunition, so they just started throwing rocks until they got more ammunition. It was pretty funny. Second Manassas, yeah, Second Manassas. Or Second Bull Run, what the Yanks call it. Oh, it's in Granbury's brigade. Granbury's OG. It's sad that he died at Franklin. But they're a pretty good brigade. They're, I would say, not as good as Hood's brigade, but they were close. They were just like, we're a little bit behind in quality. Saber Sword. Do you plan on covering more Trans-Mississippi battles? Honey Springs in the campaign that encompassed it would definitely be something I'd watch. When I get there, of course. All quiet on the Western Front, basically. Yeah. Just rewatched the Chickasaw Bayou video. 3 of my 4 great-grandfathers fought in the battle. Awesome, dude. Awesome, Mike. Mikey boy. Western Front, best front. Could say that. Nobody cared because Rosecrans was so goated during Tullahoma that he didn't need to fight any battles. True and real. Awesome, dude. Chris, I have to read that book. See from the perspective of, Jeffy Davis. Jeffy D. Shank Evans goes pretty hard. Definitely. Fine. Also, guys, if you're playing Hold Fast, I'm getting on server NA25. NA25 for all those gamers out there, all 28 gamers. I'm pretty sure, I mean, given that Jeff Davis lost, I feel like he could. By 63, by mid 63, it was kind of Jover for the Confederates. It was just at that point the Union was just mopping up. I feel like he didn't make the best decisions in terms of generals he put in command. Lee was a phenomenal choice. But honestly, the war was 1 hour lost in the Western Theater, and keeping Bragg in command too long was a bad idea. I feel like maybe Johnson should have been in command a lot earlier. Yeah. I think the Confederates tried to do some raiding there and there. I mean, they tried to push out, go to the West Coast through Arizona and New Mexico, but they never reached it. So that's the whole point of Sibley's campaign in New Mexico. That was in the hopes of, I pissed Jesse off, in the hopes of reaching the West Coast. Oh yeah, John C. Calhoun, evil scientist. Oh yeah, he does not look happy. Well, that's the irony about the Western Theater. It was where the war was won or lost, and nobody cared about it. Because think about it this way: while the Confederates were getting trounced on in the West, Lee was holding the ground for up until 65. And only until, Sherman was marching through the Carolinas did Lee really kind of had to throw in the towel and run away. So, yes, it's the ironic part about the war is that even though nobody cared about it, all the important battles were being fought in the West. Like, even Gettysburg was not that important. It was just it just kind of stopped them. And they went the status quo up until, like, later on, 64. So, yeah. Good evening from South Carolina. We are the best at saying, screw this, we quit. Yeah, you're the ones that brought us into the prom. You're the one that brought us into this mess and then left. I was like, thanks, buddy. Okay, I'm definitely doing Italy. Look at my dude, he's goated. Okay, one thing is I'm gonna have to mute the chat because I don't like to shout many things. I'm actually pretty good at this game, if you don't know. Oh my gosh. Ain't no way that just happened. Like, I'm pretty good at this game. Nice. I mean, then again, what am I going to do to a shell? Boom. Boom. And of course, I get popped. The cat. Honestly, Zito, I miss B-Cop. This is why I'm playing so fast. I know, right? That irony. Fucking twins. But then again, it's like, what skill issue I'm going to do with a cannonball coming to my face? I don't know if you can really do much about that. Was it a rocket? It could have been one of those two. I feel like it was. The dude down right. Oh, they're behind us. Of course it didn't. It was the chosen one. It should have lived. It should have been me. But it didn't. It was not meant to be. I'm not gonna say the word, but the hold fast F words. They ruined it. Plus the war rights nerds. So, yeah. I'm still sad by the loss of Beakoff. Boom. Houdini. I killed Houdini. Guys, also, I might play 2 rounds, so that might be another 30 or so minutes. I'll keep this live stream up for about an hour and a half. So I'm in about an hour now. So another 30 minutes. For you gamers want to stick around. Because I am kind of getting hungry. I want to go. If I don't eat, I'll die and I can't make any more Warhammer videos, so. Those are fighting words, Stecco. Those are fighting words. Oh yeah. Underappreciated generals is Claiborne. I miss Claiborne. He like Granbury, he was taken from us too soon. The Kingdom of Prussia reinforcements have been completed. I know, I bet you that. Let's go kill them. Let's go screw those Prussian boys. I'm gonna kill that Austin. That Austin's mine. He's not mine. They thought they were gonna shoot a rock at me.
Danke!
No sir, no sir, not today. Not today, sir. Oh look, these gamers are running. I got time to reload and just walk his way. Walk his way menacingly. There you go. Okay. Oh, buddy boo, I see you. Shoot me. Come on. Oh, he missed. Go toward the red out. Burly tan. Look at all these white guys. Okay, awesome. My other Civil War hot take is Tennessee was a more valuable state to the South than Virginia. Tennessee had the important railroad and water transportation routes to invade the South. Of course it did. It's just they couldn't hold it because the Western Army sucked. I know West Prussian. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Napoleonic shenanigans. Bro, by 1 vote! 1 vote! We lost. Come on. Who should I play? France or Prussia? I'll say in the chat. France or Prussia? Francia, Prussia. Paris or Berlin? France or Prussia? Which one should do? Which one? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me what to do. France or Prussia? Okay, Prussia. Looks like everybody's voting Prussia. Do Prussia. I did buy the uniforms DLC. It was like on sale for like $3 during the Steam summer sale. So yeah, I have everything. Well, you got Prussia, Mr. Elliot. Elliot. Nade him. Let's get over here so I don't get shot. I want to get shot. I am a bullet magnet. Here. Go around that corner. I'm dead. I'm a dead man. Of course, like I said, went around the corner. I want to get shot. Bada bum 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 bada bada bum bada bum bum bada. Boom! 33 meter headshot. No sir, no sir, no sir. You trying to take out 10, boys. One thing I do not like about Hold Fast is everybody has a pistol, dude. Napoleonic Wars, I think 1806. Mr. Edward. I missed a group of them, dude. I'm gonna go commit seppuku. Napoleonic Wars, Napoleon. Got one shot by a sword. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, Zito, are you still here? If you are, do you play with First Texas more right still? Dildo Chinaman. Ah, perfect throw. Let's. Oh. I guess Zito's not here. Sad day for Mrs. Zito. Hop in the fence, boys. My gosh. Oh. Zito, do you still play with First Texas in War of Rights? Do you even still play War of Rights? I'm talking about Mr. Zito. Z-E-Z-E-Do. Zito D's. Oh boy. Awesome, Zito. Are you on the Prussian side too? one thing I don't like too. I block, I do the necessary things. Register. Can I get capped? Capped, boy. I thought you, honestly, combining two groups, I thought you did play Warbranch with us. And top 5. Let's go. Okay, Zito, I'm gonna wait and spawn for you. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna wait for you. Here. Okay, I'm gonna be in spawn for you, Mr. Zito. Yeah, there's like a 5-second delay. I have it, something like that. So I'm standing on this wood pile right here at spawn where the artillery goes, Zito. Come find me, Mr. Zito, on that wooden plank right there. Come find me, Mr. Zito. Where are you at? I'm in spawn. I'm on the wooden plank. Where you are, Mr. Zito. Come find me, baby. DVG. Waiting for you, Zito. Zito, let's go. Awesome, dude. Let's go. Let's go to the right. Let's go beat the buildings. Come on, Zito. Let's go this way. Hopefully you're good at melee. All right, Zito, we're gonna hold him here.
New line here.
Right side, stop focusing too much right side.
New line.
They're pushing the spawn, they're pushing us. How the fuck did I miss?
Goddamn short, there's a tent,
Favorite regiment, War Ryan. Simple question. First Texas. That's my that's a regiment I played with for years. So it's definitely them. I'm gonna hold here in the hold here, Zito.
How the fuck am I missing?
But yeah, First Texas, my favorite group. I mean, I was in that group. Still am, kind of.
Carolina.
What this mean?
To the right, to the right.
Hello, Zito.
Follow me.
Go right, boys.
Push right, push right.
Oh, they're coming, lads, they're coming!
Shoot him! Oh, shoot once and stab,
Second South Carolina. I don't know them. I haven't played War Ryan in like 5 years. So if they're a new group that they've started in the last 5 years, then I wouldn't know who they are.
Push!
They're pushing!
So, yeah. I saw some videos. I saw there's some new groups, there's some old groups, but most of that is
Push! They've lost their footing. Push!
Come on, Zito. Let's go, Zito. I just don't know that group. I'm just not,
Push off now. Go west. East.
Docky Poo, come heal me, please. Thank you, baby girl.
Come on, boys, let's go. Push him back. Push him back.
Yeah, like I said, like I haven't touched a game in years, so I wouldn't know who they are. Gotta sweep them, gotta give them the whole steal.
Left side.
Let me out.
Okay, probably, like, I know I'm kind of glossing over many things, so I might at some point go back and cover those in the future. Yes, there's a good chance. The Zabrasians are getting...
They're pushing us.
They're getting waffle stomp, guys. Oh yeah, 12. I love 12. They had a dude years ago command him. His gamer name was Duck, so we call him Duck. Hey, shot through the wood. Awesome. Looks like it didn't spawn at the tent. Very cool. So guys, like I said, after this round, I'll play one more round, and then I'm gonna get off and call the stream there. Thanks a ton for all y'all that, you know, showed up, asked questions, and just been enjoying the channel. It's been a, you know, honestly a great time for me. It really changed my life doing this channel. So I really appreciate it, and I hope y'all stay for the long haul. You know, stay as long and watch as long as you want to. At some point, yes, Deco. At some point, I'll go back and cover those. I need to finish the French and Indian War. Boom.
Push them back! Push them back!
What's up,
Oh,
bitch?
that was
Why you bitches running? Face us like a man.
hopefully next round is Siege and...
Heal me, baby.
Look at my... Nice! Got the tent. Let's go. Oh, never mind. I thought I got it for a second. And it blew up and the smoke covered the tent, so I thought the tent disappeared.
What the hell was that bullshit?
Going for the tent. Hey.
I need people to spawn on me. I need people to spawn on me now.
Yeah, we got waffle stomp this one.
Build of zero. Butter.
What Kelly? Bruh. Or all. So, let me ask you this, guys. Should I attack or defend? So I think it's France attacking and England defending. So should I do England or France? Basically, whatever the third round. So England or France. Okay, cool. I got England. Let's see. What is your opinion on the war trilogy? You know, I actually got to meet Shara at Gettysburg this past anniversary. I was there on July 2nd, 16 days ago, or 15 days ago, and I actually got to talk to him, and we had to talk about the movies. So, I mean, the movies were good, but I never read his book, so I couldn't really tell anything about that. I know who he is. Let's see. Question if you are still answering. Yes, I am.
You should not do that. It's bad for your health.
I was curious about your thoughts on the influence of Napoleonic
Like that. Like that. Let me check him.
I mean,
He's dead.
actually, in the video I'm covering soon is how they fought. I'm going to talk about the Napoleonic influences on the Northern and Southern armies. So yes. Like, there was almost every aspect of this was influenced by Napoleon.
For king and country, man. For king and country.
Oh, fuck that king's cunt.
Who said that? Was that a Frenchman?
Probably is.
Nice shooting.
Have no fear, man.
Oh, we are here.
And throw the grenade.
For Israel.
Close enough. We're losing A. We're losing A.
Anyone just happen to be a doctor? I'm wounded.
Dead on his heart.
Oh. Oh. I see. What's up, officer bitch? Oh, fuck. Nope.
Coming up.
Give him steel! Nice one, lad! Fire it!
I didn't want to come up. But yes, like I said, the Civil War has been heavily influenced by Napoleon and his tactics. Here.
Fuck it, I'm going left. Bitch.
And it's gonna come down here through this basement tunnel.
Where go? Yes.
Suck. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. Fake news. Hey, officer.
Thanks, Zito.
Bye, officer.
Hello, everybody.
Fuck you. Come on! Get up here, boys! It's open!
I'm coming!
I'm up here. I'm up here, Dick.
Let it. Ah!
Yes, game over, man. Game
Salute
over.
to you, Zito, my boy. Thank you for sticking around. You know, I enjoyed our time back in BCOM. Echo, we love Warhawk 2. But I have to say that your vids helped me appreciate the late 1800s military history much more than I thought I would. Well, I'm glad I got you there, my dude. Alright, guys, like I said, I'll do 2 rounds. I'm going to call it there. So, this is going to be the end of the live stream. So, I'm going to call it here. But thanks to all those who stuck around, asked questions, watching the channel. Like, I really do appreciate it. Like, you know, this is a big milestone in terms of covering the my channel. So I really do appreciate it. Next video coming out is Vicksburg. After that, Port Hudson. After that is how they fought. I'm going to work on that video before we get to Gettysburg in the Gettysburg campaign. And yes, I will be calling it Gettysburg. So I do appreciate y'all. I really do appreciate, you know, y'all subbing, liking, watching videos, all of it. And thanks again. So maybe I'll do some more live streams in the future. I still have some time off until I get back to work. But until then, catch you around. Later, gamers.